next reader is Margot Toombs, and just sit back and relax. She's reading for more than one person, so she's got a couple of things to share with us this evening, and it's always entertaining.
Oh, thank you. Well, first of all, I bought these to give out to the adults on Halloween. It's milkweed seeds. So I have lots. So if you would like to take some home, please, please see me. Okay, great. Yeah, the adults who got them on Halloween were like, thank you.
Do you eat these?
3 tiny ghost stories. Started in a workshop by Lorette Lucichik at the Ekphrastic Review. Number 1. Bedroom visitors. I didn't believe in ghosts until that morning after the drowning. Such a sweet young man, gone before I had a chance to say goodbye. Here's what happened. On the cusp of dawn, a cloud scented with salt and seaweed seeped through a crack in the ceiling. A mist that carried dust from the attic at the top of those imaginary stairs. Moist fingers stroked the fuzz on my face as he drifted past my bed. Through the slit in my eyes, I saw him hover in the corner, an angel with wings. I tried to move, to speak, but I was frozen. His eyes bored into mine until he pulled the love and regret from my heart. Then he vanished into the morning light. Was he a conjured cliche or a ghost? I can't say, but he opened a portal where others seeking closure could float into my world. And now I worry when I go to bed, who might greet me in the morning? Number 2, warning from the trees. And I didn't know that Denise would read her beautiful story about the forest, so here you go. Stay away from clearings in the woods after dark. Trees are smarter than you think. Their leaves heal wounds caused by humans. Their roots form ancient webs that reach out to other trees and warn them of danger. They remember who hurts them. Did you think all of that life had no soul? When a tree is cut down or burned, trunks groan, leaves shiver and fall. At night, ghosts arise from their roots. You can see them when the moon is full. Anguished faces buried in puffs of clouds, stalking the woods in search of dead trunks and leaves. Someday they will stop breathing, withhold oxygen, and take their revenge in global scorching. Number 3, embroidered stories. She taught herself the art of embroidery. Invisible hands guided the threads that spoke to her. As her vision faded, she relied more and more on this spiritual practice. Once fully blind, her embroideries became messages from those who had passed on. After she finished each piece, she stroked the fabric and told the story whispered to her by a ghost, a sort of fabric braille. When people learned of her gifts, they sought her out and begged her to stitch a story from a loved one on the other side. The spirit world warned her not to show her work to sighted people, or they would lose their sight too. She pleaded with her followers to keep their eyes closed. But there's always someone who has to look. A Cat Tale by Rebecca Chirac. My heart stopped. I couldn't even meow. Stacy had just used up her last wish, and it wasn't on turning me back into a human. She wished for Daryl to propose to her with the exact engagement ring she had just pinned on Pinterest. Daryl, that tepid 2-week-old gas station hot dog of a man. And that tacky ring. I couldn't express any of these opinions in my current form unless it was by haughtily jumping onto her bed and peeing on her favorite ugly Christmas sweater that she had left there. The one that was only her favorite because Daryl told her it made her boobs look big. It totally didn't. I swished my tail while I considered it. She'd probably leave me at the animal shelter, and she wouldn't drive the extra 15 minutes to make it the no-kill one either. The doorbell rang. Somehow I knew it was Daryl at the front door on Christmas Eve with the jewelry box in his hands. We don't have all the readers. I have one more little short thing. I went to some workshops with Brooke on blackout poems or erasure poems, however you want to call them. And so I made this erasure poem for a memorial service. And so I took something that the person had written in Facebook during the lockdown, and then I pulled out words to form a poem. Dreams. Interpreting my life through Freudian and Jungian lenses. Carry me to a history, my history, broken in mystical sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. You always throw a little something extra in when you do these readings, and I always get excited about seeing what it's going to be this time.
Thank you.